Yesterday I confessed my feelings to my best friend. This profile picture means that I finally told him and it went well. And then this profile picture means that I told him and it did not go well. And judging by my current profile picture, I'm sure you can tell it didn't go as well as I wanted it to. So let me walk you through my day. So I posted my video, I finished my makeup, I got dressed, and then he came on his way. We live in Phoenix, okay? So it took him about 30 minutes to get to me. That's why it took me so long to update my profile picture. Y'all are impatient as fuck. Once he picked me up, we got to the movies, we got our snacks, and then obviously we had to sit through the previews. So we ended up watching Nosferatu, which was the most boring movie I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't understand the hype around it. Literally halfway through the movie, I just checked out. I will say vibes were kind of off, more so on my end, just because like I was really fucking nervous the whole entire fucking time. And he kept asking me like, are you okay? And I'm just kind of like, yeah, you know, just like I don't feel good. It's that time of the month. It's not that time of the month. I'm a fucking liar. Like whatever, fast forward because I know y'all don't give a fuck. Movie ends. We did have plans to go out and eat after, but we decided to just go home. So on the way home, I break the news to him. And honestly, y'all, I was just real straightforward with him. I was just kind of like, hey, like I know you just got out of a relationship a month ago. I know you're still kind of like healing from it, but I can't like hold my feelings back any longer. I told him like while he was in a relationship, seeing him with somebody else made me realize, damn, like maybe I kind of like this dude more than just a friend. And I explained to him that like I wanted to give him time to process everything before like I came to him and kind of confessed my feelings to him, but I just couldn't hold it back any longer. And for my mental health, I had to like just tell him. Make a long motherfucking story short, he basically told me that he's not ready for a relationship, which I kind of figured and like I understand. But damn bro, like I don't know, I was so hopeful. He did not clarify to me if he has feelings for me as well, and honestly I was too scared to ask him. I was gonna text him after I got home. If y'all saw my live, you know that, but I decided against it. But this morning I did wake up to a text from him. Actually it was like a million texts because he's like a sporadic texter. You guys know those texters who like send you like sentence after sentence instead of just sending one big paragraph. He's one of those. So first and foremost, he had told me that he saw the TikTok because one of our mutual friends sent it to him. He doesn't have a TikTok himself, and no, he was not mad. He's never been mad. I've made multiple TikToks about him before, and like he never has cared. He has told me as long as I don't say his name, he doesn't give a fuck. So no, he was not mad at me for that. And after that, he basically just kind of explained to me that he didn't know how to react in the moment when I told him that I had feelings for him, but he just kind of told me that he doesn't know what he wants right now. He's just kind of out doing his own little thing. He's got his little side hoes, you know what I mean? He's having fun living the single life. He was in a relationship for like a whole year. So like one thing y'all were eating me up about in the comments was like having a hickey and then like, you know, confessing my feelings to him. He has his hoes, I have my hoes. I didn't think that would be an issue, so I don't know why you guys are worried about that if me and him aren't, you know? Anyways, but he still once again didn't clarify if he actually had feelings for me or not. So I don't know, I'm not gonna press it. I'm just gonna see what happens. He had also said something along the lines of like he doesn't want to be intimate with me because like, you know, he doesn't want to like lead me on or whatever the fuck, but which I appreciate, but also like I don't know, I'm just kind of like confused. So yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at now. I don't want to like get my hopes up and like expect a relationship out of this at any point, so I'm just gonna kind of keep it friendly for now, pretend like this never happened, and you know, if it develops, it develops, and if not, then oh well. I'll definitely keep y'all updated. I'll keep y'all on the loop. But yeah, manifest for me, I don't know. I'm gonna end up changing my profile picture soon to that one picture because I think it's really cute. So don't think that like it went well just because I changed it. I just really like that profile picture. That's why I put that, because I thought it was gonna go well, and yeah. Get ready with me to go confess my feelings to my best friend. So this has been one of my best friends since around 2020, but recently, you know, he had gotten a girlfriend. When I say recently, I meant like last year, like beginning of last year. You know, the many years that we were friends before that, I never really thought much of him. Like, yeah, we were really close. It was like a really weird, like deep connection that I haven't really had with anybody else. But I don't know, I didn't think much of it until he got his girlfriend. I think that seeing him be with somebody else intimately just kind of made me realize like, damn, like maybe I like this motherfucker just a little bit. So him and his girlfriend had broken up about a month ago, but while they were together, I did kind of distance myself from him a little bit, like mainly out of respect for the fact that like, you know, he has a girlfriend and like I'm up here crushing on him, like I'm not gonna do that, you know what I mean? And then also just for my own mental health, because like being around that just like fucked me up. And don't get me wrong, like, when I found out that they broke up, bitch, I was ecstatic. Like, obviously I was sad that he was sad, but also, you know what, like, it's like, now it's my chance. I am kind of scared of being the rebound. Like, I waited a month, you know, so he can get over it, but like, I know it doesn't take a month to get over, you know, like, your fucking first love, but I can't wait any longer. Honestly, I don't even know how I'm gonna go about this. Like, how do you confess your feelings to your best friend of many, many years? You know what I mean? Like, it's also just like, what if it like ruins our friendship, you know? What if he doesn't feel the same way and now he's all weirded out and now he never wants to fucking talk to me ever again? Because this has happened to me before. We have plans to see a movie tonight and I'm like, okay, well now I have 3 options. Either I can do it before the movie, I can do it during the movie, or I can do it after the movie, you know? Let's say I confess my feelings to him before the movie. Then it could be like, you know, a cute little first date moment if, you know, things go well. And it's like, if it doesn't go well, then it's just gonna be awkward as fuck during the movie, and it's just like, okay, well, maybe I shouldn't have done that. It's basically the same thing if I do it during the movie. It could be a really cute romantic moment, or it could just be a really embarrassing disaster. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play it safe and wait until after the movie just to like save myself some embarrassment. Don't worry though, I'll keep you guys updated. Oh my god, you know what we should do? I'm filming this like in real time. I'm gonna change my profile picture tonight depending on like where I'm at. So this profile picture means that I'm still getting ready. This profile picture means that he's on his way. This profile picture means that I'm with him. This profile picture means we are in the movie. This profile picture means that I finally told him and it went well. And then this profile picture means that I told him and it did not go well. Bitch, my eyes watering because I'm nervous. Like, only the people who have made it this far throughout the video will know what my profile picture means. It's like a little inside secret between us. Well, I'm gonna go finish getting ready. Wish me luck.
Get ready with me while I explain to you guys why you can't trust literally anybody. I feel like I just have really bad luck with friends. Also, before you guys assume this is not a hickey, I burned myself with the beach waiver. Like, I promise it's a burn. Anyway, there's this guy that I was dating. I was dating him for about 1.5 years, maybe a little bit longer, maybe a little bit less. I don't really remember. But at that time, I was also really, really close with this one girl. Also, I'm not going to name drop. I wanted to, but I'm not going to because it's really not that deep. To sum up how close we were, if someone couldn't get a hold of me, they called her. If they couldn't get a hold of her, they called me. Because we were always together. Anyways, me and him ended, and then not too much longer later, me and her just, like, fell apart. Like, nothing happened between us, like, no beef, no drama, no nothing. We just really stopped talking for a while. Recently, around the beginning of October, she slid up on one of my stories, and then we kind of just, like, caught up and started talking again. And then the bond that we had before, like, literally came back within an instant because we were so freaking close. And, like, you can't really erase that. Like, we were literal sisters. We talked every single day, hung almost every single day, but let's skip the backstory, the boring stuff, and let's get to the point. She stayed the night the day before New Year's Eve and then was at my house New Year's Eve morning. I had plans that morning, so she ended up going home just for a little bit, and then we planned on meeting back up and getting ready for this party. We were testing all day. We were so excited about the party, and then randomly she's like, oh, sorry, like, I have plans with my family. And I'm like, girl, don't even worry about it. Like, I'll just go out by myself. Family is more important. Like, of course. The party that we were going to go to together was, like, really far, so I didn't want to go without her, so I was trying to find, like, another party to go to. I ended up finding one that was really close, after everyone was posting about it, and literally everyone was there. And I was like, okay, everyone's there. I mean, I'm going by myself, but I know a lot of people. It's fine, whatever. Let me just go. Because, like, I didn't want to do nothing on New Year's Eve. So I get there. I found all my people. Like, I'm having a really freaking good time, and I want to say at least 45 minutes to an hour goes by. And I'm over here catching up with one of my other friends, and I'm talking about how much I miss my ex. And she goes, girl, he's downstairs with so-and-so. I start laughing. I'm like, no, she's with her family. Like, haha, good try. Thinking it was a literal joke. Like, I literally thought it was a literal joke. I go downstairs and she's sitting like in the corner behind the pool table on his lap in a chair. In that moment, I'm like really freaking confused because I'm like, she just told me that she had a family thing to go to. Like, why did she lie to me? But like also in that moment, my heart completely shatters because I'm like, I was just talking about how much I miss him and my best friend is sitting on his lap right now. I wouldn't say like best friend. Like, I don't know what you classify as best friend, but we were getting really, really close again. And if you guys know me, you guys watch my TikToks, before any of you guys ask, no, it's not Haley or Charlie. I just haven't really hung out with either of them. Still love them so much. I see Charlie tomorrow, so y'all will probably see her too. Anyways, back to the story. She made direct eye contact with me and then hurry up and looked away and acted like she didn't even see me. He gets up and he comes over and he's like, yo, nice to see you. Talking to my other friend, talking to the other friend, talking to the dude behind us. And I'm like, he just touched my hand. Like, we're gonna get married again. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I was like heartbroken in this moment because like, what was that? She walks to the opposite side of the basement and goes up those flight of steps to like avoid us. And I'm talking to him, like having a normal conversation. Like, obviously, like if he's with her, I'm not gonna flirt with him, even though that was my man and my best friend. Whatever, it doesn't even matter. But I'm like talking to him and I'm like, oh, so like you and so-and-so? He was like, yeah, we've been together for like 2 months. You didn't know? In my mind, I'm like, that time up meant nothing. I thought we were gonna get married. He just dabbed me up. We're gonna get married. Nope, it meant nothing. I'm just kidding. Let me stop being delusional. Anyways, back to the story. We had been friends for over 2 months. Like, been close again for over 2 months. And she never once mentioned that she was dating my ex. Yeah. One that she would tell me to leave in the beginning over and over and how he's no good for me. Anyways, fast forward. She didn't talk to me the entire party and then blocked me. Like, I texted her and I was like, hey. That's all I said was, hey. Blocked. She blocked me, and I'm not gonna go chasing after anybody. Obviously she was no good because what was that? She could stay in 2023. That was so cringy of me to say, but she can stay in 2023 because 2024 she will not be in. It's low-key not that deep because he was my ex, but you are supposed to be my best friend. You're supposed to be my best friend. I feel so embarrassed because I had been, like, sobbing about him to her. Not sobbing, but, like, I miss him. Like, I want a bad girl. Like, we should go on a 2-man and, like, invite him, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, she's in a relationship with him. Like, I look so stupid sitting here crying about him to her when she's dating the man. Or talking to him. I don't know. He just said we have been together for over 2 months. I don't know what that means. I don't know. Oh! Like, why? Why? In my opinion, no matter what, that's a violation of girl code to, like, date your best friend's ex. Yeah. But, like, at the same time, I'm not going to lose my best friend over a boy, so I wouldn't have really cared if she didn't lie to me about it and then blocked me because I texted her, hey. Anyways, guys, that's all. I love you guys. I'll see you later. I just had a rant real quick because... let me tell you, that had me heated. Peace out, guys. Bye.
Let's do a get ready with me and a story time because this story just deserves to be shared. Alright, to set the scene for you, I was in middle school, and in middle school, it's literally the most awkward years of your life, and everybody is just trying to fit in. At this stage of my life, I was kind of going through a rough patch, just hanging around the wrong people. I wasn't really bad, but I definitely needed to get back on track. So during middle school, we needed AR points, which were like reading points, and we had to take tests on books. And I hadn't finished my book yet, but you know, I was in my self-care era even back then, and I decided to take my book into the bath to read, but I also decided to take my phone. I also add, this is when iPhones were not as waterproof as they are now. So I go to step into my freshly made bath with bubbles and everything, with my book in one hand, a bath bomb in the other hand, and my phone. So my hands were full, too full. So when I step in, I drop my phone. Traumatic. I'm obviously upset because I think my phone is broken. I also dropped my book, which I'm borrowing from the school. And so I pick my phone up. My book is just floating through the water. And I pick my phone up like this. I don't think anything of it. I run downstairs, I put it in a bag of rice, and I get back in my bath and I start reading my half-soaken book. All of a sudden, people are banging on the bathroom door, saying that my best friend has called the house phone like 8 million times. So I get out of the bath in my towel, I walk to my room, and I call her back, and I'm like, hey, like, what's up? She's flipping out, like, she is hyperventilating, you know, like, Ace, what is on your story? What is on your story? And I'm like, what do you mean what's on my story? Like, my phone is broken in a bag of rice. And she's like, girl, like, there's a video of on your story. And I'm in complete shock. So I'm literally just sitting on my bed in a towel, and I'm like, oh my God, I have to tell my mom. Like, this is horrifying. I tell my mom, my best friend comes over. I'm still wrapped in a towel, and I look down over my balcony, and my neighbors are there. My dad is there. Everyone you don't want to be there to see this video. I get to watch the video for the first time, and I am literally bawling my eyes out, and my book is just floating through the water of the video. If you're wondering why I didn't just log in and delete it, I didn't know my login. So some kid eventually logged in and deleted it for me, and at school the next day, everyone hugged me and acted as if I had a family member pass away, and I had to give a speech in front of the whole school. Don't take your phone in the bath.
Get ready with me while I tell you guys the story time of how a man stole from me at Target. Let's get into it. All right, y'all, first things first, my boyfriend had lost one of his AirPods, so I was being a good, nice girlfriend and wanted to go buy him a new pair. So I took my ass over to Target to surprise him and get a new pair of AirPods. I went over to the electronics section in Target, asked the cashier if they had the AirPods I was looking for, and lo and behold, they did. The cashier ended up bringing me up for the AirPods. I bought them, he put them in a Target bag for me, put the receipt in the bag, we're good to go. Mind you guys, I just went there strictly for those damn AirPods. But you know, when you walk into Target, Target tells you what you need, baby. So you already know the drill with that. So then I thought, Serena, you're already here. Let's just go shopping and look around in different sections. Then I'm just strolling throughout the furniture section, the home decor section. I'm just having a ball, you guys, looking at the candles, whatever may have you. By this time, y'all, my ass had already gotten a full-on cart, filled it up with, you know, home items and just random shit. I was finally done strolling through those aisles, so decided to go to checkout. And this is where shit gets real. So I'm scanning all of my items, checking everything out, getting ready to pay, and I can't find the AirPods that I just purchased. Nowhere to be found, couldn't find them. I went ahead and put everything back in my basket from self-checkout just to go back to the furniture and home decor aisles just to find the bag of AirPods, and they were nowhere to be found. Like I said, went back to that same aisle that I was on, all the sections that I looked through after I had gotten my AirPods, literally did the whole nine, tried to find these hoes. And y'all, they were literally nowhere to be found. So I took my ass to security. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So I went over to security. I let them know what was going on, that I cannot find the AirPods that I just had purchased. They asked me where my receipt was. I told them that it was in my bag. And you know, I do have the Target app, so my receipts usually, you know, go on there after purchases, but you know, it can take a couple hours for your purchase to show up on your actual Target app. If you guys have the app, you would know. I told security, they basically told me to just wait up at the front so they can go in the back, check the camera, see if I dropped them, misplaced them. I sat there and I waited for a couple minutes. So the security guard comes back out after watching the footage. He basically lets me know, yes, ma'am, we do have the footage of you purchasing the AirPods. We can see that. We can see the receipt being put in the bag, all that jazz. And he tells me he walked over to the home decor aisle, went in there with the bag, you know, was shopping around looking. And when I came out of the home decor section, the bag was no longer in my hand, in my cart, just nowhere to be found. So I'm thinking, I already retraced my steps in the home decor section. Where could it be? So basically then the security guard suggested that I go back to that section where I was at, look again, and if not, go back to him and see what we can do. I was like, all right, bet. I went back through the whole furniture section. I even went through literally any other section that could be, even sections that I never went in, honey, I looked. So finally, I looked all around the store, y'all. I could not find them. I was literally on the verge of tears, sulking in sorrow at this point in the Target. So I walked all the way around the store, went back to customer service where they told me to meet them if I didn't end up finding them. And as I'm walking to customer service, I see a man with the Target bag. Obviously it's Target, so anybody could come in with a return, whatever, but he's standing in the customer service line with the Target bag that looks like it was mine. And you can see in it, there's just one item. Like it's just dangling in that one corner where you can see one item. And I just had a feeling that was my bag. Like that was my shit in that bag that man was holding. Obviously, I'm not gonna label someone as a thief when I don't know if that's my item or not. I'm not that type of person. I went back up to the customer service line after seeing that, and I'm waiting for the security guards to come out, and the lady that's behind the cashier register, she's like, hey, I think that's the guy that has your AirPods. And I'm like, sis, what do you mean? What's tea? Let me know. And she knew of this because she was standing there when I was talking to the security guard the first time. He was like, yeah, he came up here trying to return them, had the receipt and everything. I think those are your AirPods. So basically from then on, I was very grateful for the information she had given me. The security had then come out and let them know, the cashier also let them know. And they said, okay, we'll keep an eye out, but there's nothing we can do as like go up to them and ask for the AirPods. You know, they can't just do that. I told them, hey, I cannot find these AirPods. Like they're nowhere to be found. Lost the AirPods that I purchased in your store that you have on footage of me, and you don't have footage of me leaving this store. So by that means you should be able to either A, give me my money back, or B, give me a new set of AirPods, because you don't have footage of me leaving the store with said purchased AirPods, if that makes any sense at all, you guys. I'm just getting so frustrated retelling the story, like, please. So the customer service and the security is basically like, ma'am, there's nothing that we can do right now. Right now you have to escalate it to, you know, customer service over the phone. You have to just call them and see what they say about it and get back to me. I know at the end of the day, this is my fault, you guys. None of this would have happened if I wasn't, you know, being a dumbass and lost the AirPods in the store, but you know, let's continue. I was like, yeah, I don't take no for an answer. I'm gonna go ahead and call that customer service number if that's what I gotta do. I went ahead, called customer service. I explained to them every single detail of what happened. At this point, they had speculation that my AirPods were stolen. They knew all the details. They knew I hadn't left the store. They knew that there was no footage of me leaving the store with the AirPods. Then they wanted to speak to the security guards at Target, so I gave them the phone. They chopped it up, whatever. Ultimately, the customer service told security that they need to give me a new pair of AirPods or refund me my money back. At that point, I thought I was just gonna take the L. I was happy with it. I was either getting my money back or some new AirPods. So at that point, I didn't really give a shit. I just wanted to get the hell out of there. So as they got off the phone, we went up to the customer service and I was about to get rung up for either a refund or to get a new pair of AirPods. The man gets back in the line again. The man that I told you guys about that had the bag with the singular item, he gets back in line again. And then the customer service lady is looking back at me, looking back at the security's looking at the man. That, you know, Spider-Man meme where everyone's looking at each other. If you know, you know. Basically, this man has gotten in line for the second time and we're all just looking like, what's going on there? What are you doing? You know what? At that point, I just had to say it. All cards were on the table. I was like, look, I know that man has my AirPods. What are we gonna do about it? Because I'm not just gonna be no punk and let him just jack me like that. Are you crazy? This man had gotten in line for the second time trying to return something that wasn't his, clearly, because you need the last four digits on the card to show proof that it's your card that you're returning your item. And he didn't have that for the second time, you guys. I don't know what was wrong with him. The security guard goes up to the man trying to return these AirPods for the second time and asks for the receipt just to see it, just to take a look at it. She brings the receipt over back to me and she says, hey, is this the last four digits of your card? I show her my card from my wallet. It's the same exact four digits and the timestamps on the receipt match the security footage of, you know, when they saw me purchasing the AirPods, like duh. So all in all, yes, that man was the man who stole my AirPods. Hey, Bookie. And your girl got her AirPeasies back. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't in like a rude or like an aggressive way that the security approached the man or anything. Not like I want him to get in trouble or anything. I just wanted my damn AirPods back. Shit, go on about your day, sir. I don't give a damn. Like I said again, know that this is completely 125 million% my fault. I'm just telling y'all what happened. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Now, every time I go to that Target, it's low-key embarrassing because they probably think of me or talk about me as the AirPod girl. And all in all, you guys, the moral of this story is don't be like me and don't lose your shit in the store because somebody will probably steal it. I'm just grateful it wasn't anything like really valuable to me, like my cell phone or like my wallet or my keys, because that would have been bad. But I thought I'd get on here, be comical, tell you guys a funny story that happened to me, and hopefully it will help you guys out to not do what I did. Let me know if you guys want more story times in the future. My life is kind of interesting or whatever. And also comment down below what you would have did in this situation because I want to know what's tea. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.
Get ready with me while I tell y'all a crazy true story time. About a month and a half ago, I had a meeting with an influencer marketing agency. If you don't know what that is, it's basically an agency that helps you get brand deals, connects you with brands to get on PR teams, stuff like that. They had been hitting me up for a couple months and I never took the call because I didn't really know if I wanted to work with an influencer marketing agency, but this year, I'm trying to say yes to more stuff, so I finally took the call. But then she started asking me questions, and one of the questions she asked me was, how much money did you make last year? Full transparency, just like I had with her, I didn't make that much money last year. That's because it was my first year really pushing my rates and trying to get out of like the gifted campaigns hole. You know, I was realizing my worth, and it took me a little bit. From there, the call shifted. Like, girl, I felt the energy was off, the energy was weird. She straight up told me that you will hear back from us at the beginning of next week, deciding whether or not we decided to sign you or whatever. Girl, it didn't even take her all of next week. She emailed me back the next morning and basically was like, we're not going to sign you at this time. Tried to put it off on me and was like, what you're looking for, we just don't think that we'd be a good fit right now. Girl, I didn't even say what I was looking for. Obviously, I know it was because how much money I made last year. They get paid a commission based off of the brand deals that you get, and based on how much money I made, they probably looked at me like, we can't make money off of her next. Now, I got a little butthurt after this, and the reason I got a little butthurt was at the beginning of the call, she said, we see potential in you. And that stuck with me because I'm like, okay, well, if you saw potential in me, why wouldn't you just take a chance on me? I had to remember, I've been beauty influencing, content creating, whatever you want to call it, for like the past 3 or 4 years, and I just started making good money this year. This year, making money was not like my top reason for wanting to be a beauty influencer. I've always wanted to be a beauty influencer. So honestly, I was just happy that I was chasing my dreams. But girl, I was feeling so bad that I literally went on my social channels and was looking at my low engagement and how many followers I had. And I was really like hurt. Like, all I remember is that I never want to have to feel that way again. There is no way that somebody scouts you out for that long and then you take a call and it's almost like embarrassing. Like, I genuinely felt embarrassed and it was almost just felt like a slap in the face. And just for comparison, whenever I took that call with her, I had 20K followers on TikTok. I now have 63K followers on TikTok, almost 40K followers on Instagram, and 13K followers on YouTube. All that is completely grown organically. I've never paid for likes, views, comments, nothing, all organically. We are still at the beginning of the year going into mid-February, and I have now made triple of what I made last year for the whole year. I have already been placed on 3 dream PR teams just this year. Girl, if that is not a sign of motivation, I don't know what is. Not every single deal is a good deal. Not all money is good money. Not all exposure is good exposure. And I'm lucky enough to have followers who genuinely care about me. I feel like me and my followers are so close. Like, y'all know I would not lie to y'all. Y'all know that y'all can talk to me anytime. I try to respond to as many people as I can because I'm trying to do things differently over here. As cliche as it sounds, I'm glad that it happened to me because I really feel like it gave me the drive and motivation to keep going. And it really made me realize my worth because I will never feel like that again.
Get ready with me while I tell you how I stole my best friend's boyfriend. So no, I did not actually steal my best friend's boyfriend, but we are not friends anymore because she thought I wanted him. So basically, to kind of give you a little background information, I have a cousin that's a guy, and we were born a week apart. We live on the same street, so we're really close, so we kind of share friends. So since we kind of like shared friends, anytime like guys were over my house, girls were over my house, and guys were over his house, we kind of just became a big friend group. So we had like a bigger friend group of guys and girls. There was this one specific guy, like we weren't ever anything, but like we had conversations about like liking each other before, but we were nothing. And especially at this point in time, whenever this all went down, because I had a boyfriend for probably like 2 months at the time, and he's still my boyfriend, so obviously I was not cheating on him. So the guy in question, my friend's boyfriend that I fell in love with, he sat behind me in a history class in my freshman year, and he would always be like, who do you like, who do you like? And I was like, I was already talking to my boyfriend, so I was like my boyfriend basically, and he was like, And I was like, but you should talk to my friend. And he was like, does she like me? Does she like me? My friend did not even like him at the time. I was trying to help him out, but little did I know that this would come back to bite me in the ass. So I like kind of hooked them up. She didn't really like him at first, so I had to like respond to him because he was like, do you want to start talking? She responded to him like days later basically and was like, yeah, you know what, we can start talking. Well, they ended up like falling in love with each other. And I was like, what can I say? I'm literally Cupid because I'm always trying to hook people up. So I hooked them up and they start like talking a lot. And I don't know, he started being bad and being like, oh, everybody's asking like if I've hit yet and I haven't hit yet, like, what should I do, Julie? And I'm like, because even though me and him were friends, she was still very much so my best friend and you're just her boyfriend at this point. Like, we're not buddy anymore. And I'm not a dude, so do not tell me, oh, I haven't hit yet, or like I'm trying to hit. Like, don't say that shit to me. But I told her that he was saying that stuff and she's like didn't really care that he was saying all this like kind of gross stuff about her. He's like, we've been dating for like 2 months at this point and I haven't hit yet. Like, it's been 2 months, buddy. So freshman year kind of comes and goes. They dated the rest of freshman year. I probably got them together in like March or so. And then they didn't really say anything over the summer. They didn't really hang out over the summer too much. They may hang out like once or twice. And then the next school year comes. So now I'm a sophomore at this point. So it was kind of normal starting the year. Although I started texting her like, oh my God, let's hang out. And she'd be like, yes. And then like out of nowhere, she'd cancel towards like last minute because she's like, oh, he said like we can't, like I have to hang out with him. And I'm like, so I was getting pissed off, and so whatever. Time goes on, and this kind of keeps happening. I haven't hung out with my friend in like forever at this point because he always said to be up her ass. And weird things would happen. I mean, everybody argues, but whatever. But we had a gym class together, and if you're a girl, you know what gym class means with your best friends. It's literally shit talk city. And so we were shit talking like all the time about like our boyfriends. Not like shit talking about them, but like just like, oh my God, listen to what my boyfriend did this day. Listen to what my boyfriend did today. Like just like funny things like they do or like good things they did. Or if they were bad that day, you know what, then you get your punishment of being talked about in gym class. Whatever. So basically we did this for a while, but her boyfriend got put in ISS at one point. So he wasn't in class anymore. But prior to him getting put in ISS, I told you I have like a bigger friend group. Like I knew a lot of people in my grade just because of my cousin, and we always put our friend groups together. So I knew a lot of the guys in my grade. Like I could talk to them easily. And we were like talking about it because they all do track and baseball at the same time, and I do softball, and I wanted to kind of see what it was like to do both of them at the same time. Well, from the back of the room, her boyfriend shouted out, she's not in this class, he shouted out, would you be wearing shorts to track? And I was like, what? Yeah, like, and my cousin was like, stop right there, don't say another word. And I didn't understand what like the heck was going on. So he was like, he grabbed my notebook and he wrote, he just wants to see your ass, and handed it back to me and said, so don't say another word. And I was like, okay. And I wanted to tell my friend before anybody else got back to her, but it's a bunch of teenage guys and they're gonna go and say shit like, he was talking about her ass. Yeah. And my friend was mad at me. She didn't talk to me for like 2 days after that. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, your boyfriend's one that said that. All I said was stuff about joining track, and your boyfriend's one talking about my ass, and you're mad at me. Like, what is this? Whatever. So her boyfriend's put in IS at this point, and that probably happened like 2 weeks. So I don't even know when ago. And I don't know why it got brought up in a conversation. We were talking about her boyfriend or something. And I was like, I just want to tell you about the story because like I never got to tell you my side because you wouldn't talk to me after. And this is what really happened. Like, I don't know what you heard. If you heard like I was talking to him or what, like I wasn't talking to him. He literally said it from the back room. We weren't even close. Like nothing happened. And after I told her like nothing happened, like I don't understand like why she was mad at me. Tried to like talk to her about it. Now that she like kind of like was chill, she was pissed. And not pissed at her boyfriend, pissed at me. So I was like, okay, whatever. I didn't really bring it up again. We talked for like the next week after, and I didn't think anything was wrong. But then she started acting weird, not answering my snaps. I was like, why the fuck aren't you answering my snaps? And she's like, I don't snap people. Yes, the fuck you do. I see you're active on snaps every 2 minutes. And I know you snap your boyfriend. So then some time goes by. I'm leaving for a trip. I went to States for one of my projects, and I see them walking, and I beep the horn. It was just funny. And then she told everybody, because I was gone. I wasn't even there that week at school. She was like, she wanted my boyfriend's attention. She beeped at us when we were walking. The fuck? But whatever. I just, okay, I tried to apologize. Well, I left her undelivered on Snapchat. I was like, I'm not fucking answering you. You were talking, and she was telling everybody, like, I wanted her boyfriend and everything behind my back. While she still wanted to be my friend that week that I said we talked after and nothing was wrong. That whole week she was talking shit on everybody, and everybody thought I knew. They were like, oh, we didn't know you were still, like, talking to her, and she was being nice to you because she was talking so much shit on you. And I was like, excuse me? Whatever. So then I ignored her, and she unadded me because she was like, I don't want her on Snap. She's not gonna snap me. Well, bitch, I'm not gonna snap you because you're talking shit on me. And she kept me on every other social media. Not block. I unadded her because she kept on looking at my pages. And then time goes on, and I tried to like talk to her. I was like, if you would have just like came to me and been like, hey, like I feel this way, like for whatever reason, I would have apologized, and we didn't even have to talk about our boyfriends anymore. We could talk about our friends. We've been friends for 5 years prior to you even dating your boyfriend. I don't give a fuck about your boyfriend. And me being in a relationship of my own. So I said, you could have been mature about it instead of going around telling everybody else. But she got pissed about that. Maybe because I was right. So whatever, time goes on. I tried to apologize like 3 times over the summer too. So fast forward to my junior year. We have a few classes together, and I'm a junior now. So I was like trying to talk to her, and she was like she was talking to me first. She like said my name in like conversations and stuff, like when we were all like working in a group, because there was like 4 of us, 4 girls that like I knew both them and she knew both them. So we were kind of like in a group of 4, and she'd like talk, like say my name, like, oh, Julia, you do this one or something. And I thought we were like getting okay. I told my boyfriend, I was like, oh my god, like I think we might be friends again. And then I went out with one of my friends, and we used to hang out with her all the time, and I was like, text her and ask if she wants to like hang out with us. And she's like, oh yeah, like maybe. And my friend was like, okay, well, when do you want to hang out? Like we could do like any day, because. And then the next day I wasn't at school because I went on a courthouse and like jail tour for a field trip. And she started talking shit about me, saying that I'm being fake nice to her and that this fight is never ending because I want her boyfriend. I've been dating my boyfriend for almost 2 years. I'm pretty sure if I wanted your boyfriend, I would have had your boyfriend. Like, that's so mean, but your boyfriend literally was asking me who I liked and everything whenever I put you guys together. So would I not have been like, you? Like, I want you. Like, I didn't, though. I wanted you to have him, and you have him, and I don't want him. I'm no Indian giver here. You have him. I'm just so frustrated because, like, I tried to, like, fix things multiple times now, and she's saying that I'm being fake nice. What am I getting from being fake nice? You owe me an apology for talking shit on me and not coming to me and being mature. What do I owe you an apology for? You thinking that I like your boyfriend? Asking how he was doing in ISS? Telling you the truth? Like, what do I owe you an apology for? Your boyfriend owes you an apology for saying that my ass was fat. Like, I don't know. Sometimes it's, like, I know people say, like, don't blame the girl in the situation. And I know it's hard not to sometimes. But, like, come on, I'm your best friend. Why would I lie to you? Anywho, thanks for watching, guys.
Okay, story time on how I found out I was pregnant and how I told my parents while I do a get ready with me for Thanksgiving. Okay, so starting off from the beginning, around May, like the first week of May, I got invited to a party, and around that time, my period was about a month late, I want to say. I had already been noticing for a while that my period was late, but I didn't really think anything of it because I have a really irregular period, and I thought it was just from stress because I had finals during that time. So I assumed like I was just stressing a lot because I had so many exams, and I didn't really have any symptoms either besides my period being late. Anyways, so my friend invited me to a party, and I'm like, okay, my period's really late, so I was keeping that in mind. And I go get dinner with one of my best friends, and I'm like telling her like about the party and that my period was late and like how I didn't want to be drinking if I was pregnant, because you know that was obviously a possibility, but I didn't really think I would be, but I was like, just in case, like I want to take a test. So after dinner, we go and we buy the test, and literally guys, like this is so embarrassing. The Walmart we went to, the pregnancy tests are locked, so you literally have to press the button to get an associate to take it out for you, and a man comes and he literally grabs it and he walks me in front of all of Walmart and walks me, ignore my nose, and walks me to the checkout aisle with the pregnancy test in his hand for the whole world to see. So I was obviously very humiliated to let the whole world see that I was going to be taking a pregnancy test. But anyways, I get home, I take it, literally guys, that's how fast it came out positive. When I tell you, like, I thought it was broken. So I automatically, obviously, tell my best friend, and me and her are both in shock because, like, yeah, even though my period was late, I genuinely did not think I was pregnant because I had no symptoms at all. Even to this day, I really never had any symptoms. Like, I never got morning sickness. Like, I just didn't really have any symptoms besides, I did have a lot of hormonal acne though, like my face and skin was at the worst it had ever been. And so after I tell my best friend, I obviously have to tell the dad of the baby. And me and him were not on speaking terms. We literally had each other blocked on everything, and we're both doing our own thing already. And by the way, guys, he's not like a random guy. This hair is driving me crazy. We dated for 3 years, so I didn't just like get pregnant by like a random ass guy, if that's what you're thinking. So I unblock him and I tell him the news. He thinks it's a joke, but I was obviously not joking, because why, like, first of all, me and him could not stand each other during this time, so it's like, why would I willingly want to reach out to you and play a joke when we don't even want to speak to each other? But yeah, neither of us believed it. So a couple days later, he buys me 3 more tests just to be sure, and they all come out positive. All of them. So I end up telling my older sister because I obviously had no idea what I was gonna do, and then I end up telling my aunt about it because I was obviously freaking out about how I was gonna tell my parents. So she made me an appointment to do like a confirmation pregnancy test, and she was like, let's just know for sure before you actually have to tell your parents. So we do the confirmation test, and it's also positive. 4 tests all came out positive, and I was, oh no, 5 tests, and I was still in denial, guys. Like, literally, I could not get it through my head. And so at this appointment, they end up telling me like how far along I am, and they tell me I am literally 2 months pregnant. When I tell you, like, even to this day, I'm still like, I still can't believe it. But they were telling me I was 2 months and that I was going to be due in December. Could you imagine finding out you're pregnant in May and then finding out you're going to have the baby the same year? That's literally no time to process it. Like, how was I supposed to find out I was already 2 months and the baby was going to be coming the same exact year? So, then basically reality starts to set in. Not really, but more like the consequences are like coming to me now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like, my parents are literally gonna kick me out because they've always told me, like, if I get pregnant, I'm out the house. Where am I at, though? Anyways, they always tell me they're gonna kick me out the house, and then my parents are also very old school, so very much like, I need to get married before I have kids. So I was like, crap, like, they're gonna make me get back with my ex and make us get married and live together. And I was literally, like, I was dreading that. And so basically, like, we're trying to think of when will be the right time to tell my parents, because my mom, her intuition is scary and she catches on like that. Oops, it's kind of looking crazy. Like, literally, I shit you not, the day I took the first pregnancy test after dinner with my best friend, I sit down on the couch with my parents and my mom looks at me and she's like, do you have anything you need to tell me? And I was like, bro, like, how does she know already? Like, anytime I do something sneaky behind her back and my mom hits me with that line, I'm like, how does she know? Like, what the hell is in her head telling her that I'm doing something? And then my mom starts to notice like little things, I guess, and starts making like a bunch of like little pregnancy joke comments, and I'm literally like, bro. And then she started noticing like it had been a while since I had bought pads or that I had started my period, because all of us are in sync, like me, my mom, and my younger sister. So she started to notice like it had been a minute. And I was originally gonna wait till I was like entering my 2nd trimester to tell my mom, just to be safe, but obviously I was running out of time because my mom was catching on very quickly. and like every time I wanted to tell her, it was like something coming up. It was like Mother's Day, so I was like, I can't tell her before Mother's Day. And then she got really sick for a week, so I couldn't tell her because she was sick, and then she was like stressing with other things, so it was like never the right time to tell her, you know what I mean? And basically, like, it's just eating me up inside, so I'm like, okay, I need to tell my parents and like spit it out already, because I'm gonna go crazy and they're gonna find out any second. So basically, we're like at the end of May already, and I tell my aunt and my sister like, hey, I'm gonna tell my mom, like, I need y'all. And so my aunt like basically tells me like, if I need a place to stay, I can go stay with her if like things go bad, and like my sister comes so that she can help me break the news to my parents. So my sister comes over and she calls my mom to my room, and she tells my mom basically that she's gonna be a grandma. And my mom thinks that my sister is talking about herself because my sister is like 30. So obviously my mom's gonna assume that my sister is what making her a grandma. Okay, I'm gonna finish up my makeup real quick and put on my outfit. I'll be back to finish the story. Okay, makeup, outfit, whatever. Back to the story. Unfortunately for my mom, it was not my sister making her a grandmother, it was me. And my mom has no grandkids, so I'm the first one to make her grandma basically. And she was obviously very angry and was like, what the hell, like, I'm pretty sure you can assume what my mom was telling me. And she basically told me that I have to tell my dad, and I'm like, I'm not looking my father in the eye and telling him I'm pregnant, because I am my dad's firstborn. So imagine having to tell your dad that his first baby girl is pregnant. No, I did not have it in me. So my sister goes and tells him for me. So my sister tells my dad thinks my sister is joking. He calls me to the room to confirm that it was not a joke, and I was like, nope, it's not a joke. And they were both very angry with me, obviously, and thankfully they didn't kick me out, but he just told me to go to my room. And when I came to my room, I just started packing my things, because even though like they didn't throw me out, I still wanted to give them their space, because I knew things were going to be too intense at home and it just wasn't going to be good for me to be here during my first trimester, because I would be stressed out really bad. So I packed my things and I go stay with my aunt for a few weeks. And then basically, like, once things have calmed down at my house, I come back and I'm here now. And yeah, fast forward, I'm 37 weeks tomorrow. So this baby is about to pop any second, if you can't tell, like, literally. But yeah, so they're still kind of trying to process and accept it, and so am I, but I'm sure they're happy now. And the baby's dad is in the picture. We're just not together, but we're both equally committed to having a healthy co-parent relationship for the sake of the baby and to give our baby the best life regardless of our differences. And we get along. It took us a while to start getting along, but we both put our differences aside, obviously, because our feelings aren't what is important. The baby's what's important. And yeah, so here's to a healthy co-parenting relationship. Anyways, here's dress, makeup. Hope you enjoyed the story time. I'm gonna go eat.
I just got my teacher fired. So get ready with me, story time on how me and my friends just fired my teacher. And basically we had this one teacher, and he was really nice. Okay, he gave us snacks, very loud, and I guess he was an okay teacher. But basically one day, me and my friends were in our, I think it was 4th period, and our history teacher comes in, which is the teacher I'm talking about in this story time. He comes and he hangs out in the science room, and then he's about to leave. On his way out, as he leaves, he makes the worst and the rudest joke ever. Like, it wasn't even a joke anymore. It was actually just pure rude and mean. And he said it to one of us, and we thought that was just completely messed up. So probably about a week after this situation happens, we decide to actually do something about it. Because also, overall, he was kind of just a bad teacher. If I'm gonna, he literally just gave us all the answers to the test. I'd be thinking, oh my god, that is so good. Yes, it is, amazing, but, it's not how a teacher is supposed to teach. And also, he just put people in the spotlight when they didn't want to be in the spotlight. So the next week, one of my friends goes and reports him, And then I get called into the office and I start sharing why I want him to be fired. And my reasons are pretty valid. Like, he was also, like, kind of racist. Like, he called me out for my race and told me to go outside. Girl, no. So I told basically my counselor about all that. And she's like, okay. She was writing it all down. After that happened, it kind of got awkward going into class knowing that our teacher actually knew about it. And then, like, a few weeks later, he was like, really have to talk to you guys. He talked about his life and how he's feeling right now. And then he actually completely just disappeared. He wrote a note on the whiteboard and was like, I need to focus better on my mental health. Which we obviously agreed on. So, yeah, he kind of just left. And he never came back this year, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah, I think all the reports, like, got to him. And I really hope he's better now. Okay, that was it. Love you guys. Bye.
We listen and we don't judge. When I was in 5th grade, I lived with my grandparents, and my great-grandma was living with us at the time, and she was gonna die. She died maybe like a month after her living with us, but she was already like on her way, you know? But she was still talking and everything, and she was still able to move, all that, you know? Anyways, we listen and we don't judge. During that time of her living with us, I am an only child, so it was, like, so fun. Like, it's like I had a sibling, even though she was my great-grandma. I thought it would be fun to go into her room in the middle of the night where the lights were pitch black. It was pitch black in the room. And I don't know why I did this. I played, like, rainforest bird sounds, and I was, like, by the foot of her bed, like, hunched over, playing, like, bird sounds, forest sounds. And it's not until later in life where I kind of thought, wow, what if she thought she was going already? Like, what if the sound, like, she was, like, laying there and she just heard these, like, nature bird sounds? What if she thought she was dying then and there? We listen and we don't judge. Anyways, we called her Nai-Nai. Nai-Nai means mom in Tagalog, but we just all called her Nai-Nai. Like, my cousins, everyone. I think because she didn't want to be called grandma in Tagalog because, like, she doesn't want to be grandma, you know what I mean, like, older. Anyways, one day we were walking in the Walmart parking lot, and my grandpa was getting her that little, like, wheel, you know, the electric scooter, and there's the road right here. She and I are here. He is right here, and he's telling us to cross over. I'm like, no, motherfucker, you're sitting on the thing, like, just come here. She cannot walk. Anyways, I think, like, her legs collapsed or something. Me, at the time, I was, 90 pounds, maybe 85, and we both went down. We both went down in the middle of the fucking road. There's a line of cars right here. We're right here. Yeah, just because my fucking grandpa didn't want to walk over. What the fuck? Also, story time about my grandpa. After my great-grandma died, his mother-in-law, she had, like, a walker that, like, you know, it was a red walker, and she would, like, walk through the house with it. This motherfucker, obviously she was older, she couldn't pick up her feet, so her feet would, like, shuffle on the floor. My grandpa would shuffle his feet at night. I opened my door. He left the fucking walker in front of my door to try to fucking scare me. Right after she fucking died? Like, what kind of evil shit is that? It's actually so funny, though. Like, I love my grandpa, but, like, who thinks of that? Maybe I'll do, like, a grandpa reveal before I leave. Also, I haven't used these drops in, like, a year.